Hello, Aries. My name is Jillian West, and if your sun, moon, or rising is in the sign of Aries, then this reading might be for you. This is a collective love reading, so just take the messages that resonate. But if you would like a private reading, I do have those available right now. I will post a link in the comments. And you can either get one that's a written, where I send you a picture of the cards, or I do a video form. So you'll get a video just like this. Ooh, okay. 10 of Cups at the bottom. The 10 of Cups is the completion of a journey. It's two people. It's basically like the living happily ever after card. And so there's some kind of blockage. It could be a breakup, or it could just be that the relationship isn't progressing. For some people, it's seen as the end of a long-term relationship. Ooh, Page of Wands. This is that Aries fieriness. You might be in a relationship where there's an age difference between the two of you, but there's a lot of attraction there. Knight of Swords. So somebody wants to come in with some kind of conversation here. The Knights are action, and the Swords are all about communication, clarity, things dealing with the mind. Yeah, again, there's this idea of two people who aren't together, who belong together. The Two of Cups, that's that union. And it's sometimes seen as like a soulmate card, two people who really are a good match for one another. When it's in reverse, again, there's some kind of blockage. There could have been some kind of breakup. It's also a reminder to take care of yourself at this time. It's a self-love card. Yeah, somebody here has walls up around them. You could see she's surrounded by these swords and she's afraid, she feels bound, But if you look closely, those bandages are actually pretty loose around her. She could probably just wiggle right out of them. And those swords are all pointing to the ground. And so they really can't hurt her. So this is unnecessary worry. This is being overly protective, having these walls up. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. There's somebody who wants to make some kind of offer here, but they're holding back that action. Something about them, there's a lack of stability in their life right now. Yeah, it's a struggle to walk away from this connection. I do think it's somebody who may have recently experienced some kind of breakup. It doesn't necessarily even have to be recently. It's just that you're currently feeling the aches of that separation. Could also be somebody longing for you, somebody who can't let go of you, somebody who wants to come in and make some kind of offer here. King of Pentacles. Somebody in this dynamic may be very financially stable, have a really nice house. The King of Pentacles is that it deals with career, finance, the home. And the king is that patriarch, that the leader of a family, the leader in work, somebody who is able to create a lot of abundance and stability. Okay, because I wasn't sure if there was a lot of pain in this situation. I wasn't seeing that yet. But now we're seeing the Five of Cups. This is a painful separation. This is a painful breakup. There's a lot of feelings left. You could see that there's 5 cups on this card by her feet. 3 of them are spilled. That's that lost love. But there's still those 2 cups upright. It's like there's still feelings there. Somebody's not happy with being alone. The 9s are all about the individual. And when the 9 of Cups is upright, it's that happiness. It's being really content and having a lot of amazing friendships and people in your life who love you. And when I see this in reverse, I see this as sometimes you can be surrounded by people and still feel lonely. It's this somebody doesn't want to be alone here. Yeah, there's, for current energy, we're seeing the Star. So this is that healing. It is that shining brighter too. Coming out of this, looking better, attracting some more attention. Feels like there's a lot of feelings still here. Like they still think about you a lot. They think about reaching out. They're holding themselves back, but they can't let go. There's a painful ending. We're seeing the 10 of Swords. it is that completion of a journey. There's, a relationship ending, something very painful. It was a hard breakup. Somebody here needs the strength and the courage to just come forward and let the other know how they're feeling. Again, there's this idea that they want to talk to you, but they might feel like they're in trouble in some way. I haven't seen anything about like betrayal or cheating, but something about this, they feel like they disappointed you. So there's a little bit of shame around this. Okay, I'm going to pull out the pink deck and see what other messages come through. All right, here. Show me the cards here for Aries. Also, if you could hit like and subscribe. Ooh, 5 of Wands in reverse. It's actually kind of sideways. Sorry, I was saying if you could hit like and subscribe, it would help me to grow my channel. There's this idea of a competition. And I don't know if that's an inner conflict, if it's this inner, or if there was another person involved in this. Somebody might have, moved on to another relationship. There's a feeling of being in competition with another. That's 7 of Cups in reverse. This is interesting. It came up for another reading for you guys recently, but it had different context when that came up this time. And this time it's kind of ignoring red flags. You see the best in this person. You may even be reminiscing or only remembering the best aspects of them, or that could be also them looking back, missing you, and forgetting about all the reasons why it didn't work out. Now they can only remember all the good things. Again, there's this idea of this lost love. Ace of Cups in reverse. The Ace of Cups upright is this new love coming in. It's this new beginning. And in reverse, it's the loss of that. So there is a third party involved in this, but it's not. The 3 of Pentacles upright could just be that they're relying on a friend right now who may be giving them advice. And it's kind of like, I almost get the vibe of the friends being like, oh, like, you need to just move on. It's not worth it. Like, don't reach out to them. That's so desperate. That kind of thing. But like deep down inside, they want to talk to you. They're in their head about this. A lot of swords in this. Some of you might be dealing with an air sign, Aries, Libra. No, not Aries, Libra. That's cardinal signs. Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Yeah, so again, this is like the advisor card, right? But it's in reverse. It's this idea that they're getting bad advice. Could be you as well. You might be talking to a friend that you need to be careful about the advice you accept. There was a lot of love here. Queen of Cups upright. Yeah, they definitely want to talk to you. Knight of Swords. That's, again, that conversation coming in. They also might be having clarity on this. Excuse me, sorry, I forgot to grab my tea. But yeah, they might be having clarity on this right now. Seeing things, remembering all the good times. In the moment, it might have felt like this just could never work, or it's just not worth it. They just kind of walked away from something good without even putting a lot of thought into it. And now it's like they can't stop thinking about it. Yeah, let me get... It's like the daydreaming card. They're not only thinking, just to be honest, it's not just thinking about you and like the mistakes that they made or the things that they want to say to you. They're also kind of daydreaming about you, or even literally having a dream. Some of you may have had a dream about this person recently. Yeah, the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. There was some kind of decision here, weighing out options, a difficult choice. This wasn't it wasn't a breakup that came easy. Yeah, and they're showing up as the King of Cups. We're getting the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. And it doesn't matter gender here. But there's 2 people here where there's still there's a lot of love. Also like a very deep caring about your feelings. A lot of this might have to do with either realizing that they hurt you, or you might be realizing that you hurt them, and there's some guilt about that. Oops, I accidentally grabbed two and then one of them dropped. Let me see what came out. Yeah, it's this idea of being lonely even though you're surrounded by other people. And a glow up. This is my glow up card. It's the Knight of Pentacles. In a typical deck, it doesn't really suggest that. However, in this deck, it's like the quote unquote like late bloomer. It's the idea of somebody taking time to really take care of their physical appearance, looking better, doing something different with your appearance, new haircut, buying some new clothes. I'm wondering if they're seeing that, and there's a little bit of this, like, oh man, they look really good without me. Like, why are they're like thriving in my absence? That's so hard to see. But man, there is a lot of love still here. I'm going to go back to the gold deck real quick. Just get some clarification on what's to come. Typically it's past, current, future, but I'm just going to see this as future. Show me the cards for Aries. What's coming here? Yeah, again, there's this idea of somebody who could provide a lot of stability. An earth sign, possibly. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. And this unnecessarily taking up battles that they didn't need to. A little bit, I forget that word. I can never say it, catastrophizing. It's like when things weren't going well, they're like, oh my gosh, it's just not working. It's just not working. Instead of being like, let's just talk about it and work this out. It's fine. That anxiety comes up again. That staying up. It was hard to walk away from. The Eight of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this is a heartbreaking situation. Some kind of breakup here that was just devastating. And it feels like, oh, I just got like really like, could feel that heartbreak in my heart. Yeah, they're getting advice, I think, potentially from another female. Doesn't matter if they're a man or a woman. Could be a mother, a sister, a friend who is giving them bad advice. There's such this attitude now of like, sometimes the culture around dating, it's so ego and pride driven. It's like, you don't want to look desperate, and you know, if he wanted to, he would, and like, I'm not double texting because like that looks, and it's like, it's not a game, but a lot of people get this advice like it's some game of like how to manipulate somebody or something into wanting you more. Like, oh, well, just, if you look like you're really doing well and you're really happy without them, like that'll make them crazy. And that's just not, why not just instead just be honest with somebody? I'll never understand that. I'm like, this isn't a game. We're not trying to manipulate other people into winning a relationship. This is about, do we connect? How do I feel about you? How do you feel about me? Let's talk about our like, it's not a game, Yeah, again, there's this idea of two different paths to take. Somebody weighing out their options. I do feel like somebody wants to reach out to the other one, possibly travel to the other person if there's distance. Somebody might be going on a trip soon too, where they might have some clarity on this. Okay. Let's get into some oracles and then we'll get this final message. I'm going to shuffle these really good. The same messages keep coming up no matter how many times I shuffle these decks. Alright. Show me the cards for Aries. Okay, so this is the sexuality card. Again, it could be interpreted a few different ways. And I'm just going to be really honest with you how I'm seeing it with everything else around it. I almost feel like somebody wasn't very good at communicating like their wants and needs in the bedroom. And so there could have been this like fizzling of spark, like a little bit of the relationship went a little stagnant or something. Because somebody isn't good at communicating what they want or what they need. There might even be some shame around it. This is so common with earth signs if you're dealing with an earth sign. I don't want to get into like a whole tangent about this, but it's not uncommon for earth signs to be so, responsible, controlled, that it's a little bit hard for them to open up and let loose a little. I'm just going to say that. Yeah, so it's the divorce card. It could have been a literal divorce, but it's just this idea of experiencing a breakup. That's what it says, experiencing a breakup. It's a heartbreaking loss. And then it says yes. And it says luck is on your side. But I think that yes is the answer to whatever question you've had about this. If it's, do they still have feelings for me? Yes. Should I reach out to them? Yes. Should I move on? Yes. Whatever the question is that you've been asking, that's your answer. All right, let's get this final message here. Oof. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. I got to get clarity on that because that is that card of this idea of somebody else interfering with this relationship. And I wasn't totally certain that it was betrayal. You know how it could just be like somebody at their work that has a crush on them and does that, like, you deserve better. You could do so much better. You know what I mean? Something that like got in their head in some way. Yeah, and somebody was left out in the cold here. Just going to get more clarity. A lot of pentacles on this. Again, there's this holding back this new conversation. Somebody wants to say something, but their pride and their ego are getting in the way. So that balance and that harmony is coming. It's 2 cups pouring into one another with the Temperance. And so there's a lot of ways that that could be interpreted. It's that in your life, if things are feeling disharmonious, things are going to become a lot calmer. It could also be those 2 cups finally pouring into one another and letting each other know how they feel. I think it's going to mean different things for different people. But if you're wondering why they haven't talked to you, or they haven't reached out, or what's going on with them, it is all about that ego. And I don't necessarily think that they're like super egotistical or narcissistic. It's that pride and that, and again, I feel like they're getting bad advice from somebody who's almost like don't text her, 2 times in a row. Don't do that. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. And the issue is that you can miss out on some really great relationships when you treat it like a game that you have to win, rather than just realizing this is just another person just like you. They wake up, they start their day, and they have feelings. And just as much as you want to hear from them, they might want to hear from you. And so you might need to be the one to initiate that. And if they reject you, who cares? Oh, well. Move on, find somebody new. But at least that you're not staying up at night wondering about it. All right, Aries, I hope this reading gave you clarity, and I will talk to you all soon.